I just watched the first episode of Euphoria and I gotta tell you, it was even darker than what I thought it would be. To be honest, when I saw Zendaya's warning, I was thinking these people are seriously using the weirdest promotion techniques to draw attention to the series. But when I watched it, damn, I still don't know if I was ready for that first episode or not, or even if I can watch 7 more episodes of this. If you also have watched the first one, come with me till the very end of this video so we can talk about it. Honestly, I was just talking to my friends at work about Euphoria and they asked me if I recommended it, and for a second I was reluctant to say yes. Like, I know this is a teenage series, but it was so dark for me. How is the younger audience going to perceive it? You feel me? I mean, Brian Astro Bradley, who was a member of the cast, quit the show because some of the scenes he had were just too uncomfortable for him. Later, he was replaced with Algie Smith, though, and they reshot the whole plot again. But you get what I'm saying, right? Even for HBO, the series was too much as they asked for 2 of the scenes in which particular to be altered. The plot was supposed to start in a shoot of Zendaya's character's mother's vagina as she was giving birth, but then it turned into whatever you saw. Or there was going to be another scene in a men's locker room in a second episode that had too many penises in the picture. The scene was supposed to be a gender-bent homage to the famous Carrie locker room scene, but had to be trimmed. But the thing that made me watch the first episode was actually none of this. Aside from my boss asking for my review on the series, it was the fact that Sam Levinson, the creator, has written this based on his own past struggles with addiction.
I was a drug addict.
Rue, Zendaya's character, exists right now because of the life Sam lived as a teenager. Things he went through, people he met, and his mother who was right there for him and to pick him up every single time he fell. If right now someone asked me if it was a good idea to watch this series or not, I would say yes, because this is a lot more than a normal teenage series. It makes 13 Reasons Why look like an after-school special. It was pretty obvious that they were not trying to create another Gossip Girl. It just gives you the perfect insight into how it is to grow up in this time, how it is to live as an addict played by Zendaya, or as a young trans woman called Jules portrayed by Hunter Schafer. This character, as Hunter says, was a combination of Levinson and what he wrote before Hunter was in the picture. Then the two of them added some of their own stuff in as well. One thing is for sure though, Euphoria covers aspects that you have never seen in this explicit on TV before. Things like how social media is impacting the lives of teens, changing their expectations of sex and letting them share nudes without consent of the owner, the struggles they face when it comes to drugs and overdose, and so much more. But out of all of this, one thing about the first episode stood out for me. The statutory rape scene that is still haunting me even right now that I'm recording this for you, and this is just the beginning. There is only 1 episode out, so I cannot say much more, but I guess you all agree with me when I say this show is going to win more than all the awards possible. So let's comments. What did you think about the first episode? Which scene was the hardest to watch for you? Put all of that in the comments and remember to become part of our Curious Sips family by subscribing to our channel. Until next time.